Do we need books?
I need to sit on a book. Are we live?
I think we're live.
Okay. Then everyone heard me say that I need to sit on a book. Now, I think what I need to do is have better posture is what I need to do.
Both of us. I'm very washed out.
All righty.
Well,
are we live?
We're live.
Jeez,
you want to introduce yourself?
Well, you should go first, though. You're the knitting place.
Stop. I'm Dina. You can find me at the Knitting Place on Instagram, Ravelry, and Facebook.
I am Pam. Pam Sapp on Ravelry and Instagram, and Facebook Pam Sapienza. Yeah, who's on Facebook anymore?
I don't know. I keep jumping.
Some people.
Today is Danielle's birthday. Happy
birthday, Danielle. I want to ask how old you are. Am I still allowed to ask how old she is?
25. Now, how did that happen?
To only be 25 again.
I really don't even know how that happened.
Wow. Blink your eyes, it's gone. I remember being 25. It was like only yesterday.
It's crazy.
I remember sitting at work. I was 25, and I thought to myself, gee, I feel like I'm 18.
25. This month, I was engaged. I was already engaged to get married. Is that crazy?
I was engaged.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Laura. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining us. Yes, we are live. An impromptu live.
You can see, Laura, my hat's come off.
You FaceTimed with her today.
I had a hat on all day today.
Yeah.
How is everyone? Welcome back.
Yes.
To our second YouTube Live. We're doing a YouTube Live because we have no other time this week to podcast.
Correct.
Dina is going away for several days. And
Pam is going to be holding the fort alone.
We'll see how that goes.
Hi, everybody. And you're going to be just fine. I would never leave you if I didn't think you could do it.
There you go.
So hopefully it'll be a quiet end of the week.
We'll see.
I have my family in from Israel.
Are we going to go live, Dina, at all when you're away?
So I was thinking about that. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I just saw Lorian. She's knitting on vacation and stumbled into...
Where is she? Where is she?
Lorian?
I'm jealous. I want to go away.
So I wanted to go live, but we're not going to be able to go live three-way. You and I can go live.
What do you mean a three-way? Oh,
meaning
with Beth. Well, maybe we can ask Beth. We can do it next week
maybe
at an earlier time instead.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll try to reconvene. So hopefully that'll work out.
Well, yeah, that'll be fun. I'm still like in a dilemma. I don't know which of her patterns I should do for the knit along.
I think I might be leaning. I don't know.
You said the Pathos.
It's either the Pathos,
but the Pathos is short sleeve.
I know, that's why I'm a little nervous. I know. I don't have enough.
I love Pathos. Nothing wrong with Pathos.
Spring summer wear, and summer's over.
Is there anyone online who's doing the Beth McDonald Stone Knitting Posse knit along?
We know Lorian is. Snowbell is on Amy's needles. Yes,
that's what you're wearing.
Yes,
nice,
very nice. She's on the Isle of Palms in South Carolina with her family.
Oh, I love that. How was the weather, Lorian? Is it nice? Must be, right? When we were in North Carolina, every day was beautiful. No complaints.
You got lucky with nice weather. I think I'm headed up for a steam bath.
No. Well, no, but it's not going to be as hot as it is down here. It's got to be cooler.
True.
So, and you don't have to be. You could be doing whatever you want, wearing whatever you want, not putting on makeup if you don't want to.
Yeah.
That's a vacation. Right?
This is going to be payback now. I'll be the one with the flying hair and no makeup.
You should go to a brewery while you're up there. Why don't you go to a brewery? Tell your kids, they'll know where they are. We want to go to a brewery. Don't you love that? A nice brewery up in Vermont. You going to Vermont or New Hampshire?
Vermont.
And
Jamaica, Vermont.
I never heard of that.
Me neither.
With
it's in Stratton, I think.
Hot pretzel. Oh, I love pretzels. Anyway, so what's everyone up to?
It looks like we have
I can't read any of that.
Oh, okay. So I'll read for you.
I can't see it.
Sorry that I'm looking into. Yeah, can you hear the shop phone? Sorry, we're podcasting.
I think the computer's too far away. If we pull it closer, maybe
then we're going to be in Zoom. I don't know. I think I like this because you can't see my blemishes.
Anyway,
we do have a few people joining along on the knit along. Who did I see? I saw Laura. Laura, I'm not sure which one you're knitting.
Is Laura doing the knit along? There goes the phone. Forget the answering machine is on. But is Laura doing the knit along?
believe she is, but I don't
Oh.
remember. Are you doing hanging leaves or creeping fig? I'm not sure which one.
Hanging leaves might
cute
be
one.
a good one to do. I'm trying to think what I'd get more use out of in the winter. I mean, I'd get use out of all of them. I know that Beth said the creeping fig she throws on like a sweatshirt. So that would be a nice one to do. But I know Dinah's listening. Dinah's trying
I'm
not to
not
listen,
listening.
but
I'm
her
wondering
right ears.
I'm not listening. I want to know if the viewers can hear us talking over the answering machine. I'm not listening.
I don't even know who it was.
I know who it was, but
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
do. There you
listening.
go.
Okay, so where were we? We were with, I would think Susan was next. Susan said she's knitting Hamilton. Great choice. Marcia Young said yes. Hi, Harriet. Monica, you're too funny. She said
What
if
is
she
she doing?
starts another thing
I know.
before she finishes.
I just told Dinah I'm starting 2 shawls. I just told her in the past 2 days. I said, I'm doing this shawl. She said,
yeah.
but
What did you
doing
guys
the
hear
other shawl.
yesterday?
I'm
Night shift.
I love the night. I'm doing the night shift. I love the night shift.
But now
But
she's
I also
hopping.
like another one too. But I also want to do a mosaic shawl too. It's 3 shawls.
3. You heard that, ladies.
There you go. I better go home and start knitting.
Exactly. Lorraine is saying that it's beautiful. I'm not going to read all the comments, but
Her weather's nice, right? Down
Nice
in South
weather.
Carolina.
yes,
Nice.
we see people working on their bucket hats, their winter's beach. How did you like working on the
Where is
bucket
my
hat?
bucket? Where is my bucket
They're
hat?
all stacked over there like
Oh.
caps
Oh,
for
mine
sale.
is still there. Good. Okay. Maybe I should wear it at home when I'm walking.
You can. Okay, what did Laura say? Creeping fig. Okay, so I knew it was
She's
one
doing
of the
the
2.
creeping fig. Okay.
Right.
Nice.
Who was it that said they were going to do? Can you scroll back?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. What is the band name of Dinah's sweater? Is that the one I'm wearing? This
Yeah.
is Snowbell.
Yeah.
And
Probably.
okay,
I'm sure that's what it is.
it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
People are doing creeping fig, Hamilton. You guys can read the
But
comments.
she has,
probably
a
more
lot of people were
quickly.
doing the Trunk Island tea too. They were
Yes.
doing that also, which is a great.
I have news for you. They could squeeze the Trunk Island and even hop
Yeah,
on with a
yeah,
second.
that's an easy one.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Lorian, extra points
What do you get extra points if you
for
do more
knitting
than
too?
one? All the help I can get. Anyway,
Okay.
so what's everyone up to? What are we up to? What's new here at the shop, Dana?
Well, we had, in case you didn't see the trunk show yesterday, not trunk show,
No,
listen to me, the unboxing. We did an unboxing for Asylum Fibers. You know, Asylum is a shop favorite.
Yep.
We love Stephanie's hand-dyed yarns, and we love her bright, bold colors. So we had a beautiful display on the table, and we made some lovely kits. We're not going to go over yesterday's kits because that you can catch on yesterday's
No,
live.
yesterday's kit was what Dinah's saying I said I wanted to make, which I did. I shall show you a picture of it, though. I think I have it here.
Okay,
It's
but
called the
let's
Night
not go
Shift.
through all the kits.
No. I'm
Okay.
just showing the picture of it. Look at that, guys. How pretty is that? It's 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn. It starts with one color on the other side and it shifts on the other side. And I think that's lovely. I've had this on my radar for a while, but I've liked it. So
It's very pretty.
I do love that. And it's Night Shift 2 words, not 1 word.
Right. If you're looking for it on Ravelry.
Night Shift 1 word is
Andrea
Mara's
Mallory.
one. So
Right. Okay. 2 entries. We have to do a prize episodes. Does that mean 2 entries? 2 entries is allowed? I'm not quite sure.
Oh, I'm sure 2. Yeah, you can do more than 1, they said.
Yes?
Yeah, they're very loosey-goosey.
If not, we just decided for you, Lorianne.
No, they said that.
I think they
said
said
that.
it.
They said
Okay.
that, yeah.
So we have a new kit to share with you. Or should we share what we're wearing first? Let's
Yeah,
go in
why
our
not?
regular format. Okay.
Well, I was going to say, Dina, everyone's asking Dina what she's wearing.
I'm wearing the Snowbell. It is the cover of book 2104 from Sandnes Garn. We had this knit up as a shop sample. I had to grow hands, so I asked somebody to knit it for me.
You couldn't grow hands. That was the problem.
I borrowed hands.
There you go. There you go.
I borrowed a set of hands, but I love the top. It's really cute. It's a short sleeve. I have it done. It's getting blown out, but it's knit in
It looks great
sarin.
online, Dina.
Does?
Sarin is like a pink lavender, very light shade.
Yeah.
And it's
If
done
you
in
hold the paper up.
linne from Sandnes Garn, which is a worsted weight cotton linen.
There it is.
Acrylic.
You can see the
Yeah,
color.
I can see it. Yeah.
It's very soft and pale.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's what I'm wearing.
That's what she's wearing. I am wearing, and this is not planned at all, that we happen to be wearing the same yarn today.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm wearing a top from made out of Lina also, but this was the test knit that I did for Andrea Mowry. No, Jesus, Andrea Mowry. Alicia Plummer. Listen to me, I'm falling over. Anyway, the detail is down on the bottom. It's got this great lace on the bottom. It's top down. I used shade, I think 8561. It's a shade of green. I don't know what the name of it is, if it has a name.
I want to say it's like a dusty green, but
It's
I
a
don't know.
dusty green,
What
yeah.
was the number?
8561.
I would look for that number.
But like
before.
I said to a customer today, I mean, there's at least 10 colors of Lina that I would knit with. I mean,
you
they're
can't
great
have
colors.
right
Yeah,
between,
great colors.
and there's so many great summer tees.
Mhm.
So it's just a matter of what you want. Again, this one is also knit from the top down. As you can see, this has the yoke
Correct.
with lace. We've
Right.
done the anchor summer tee, which is top down,
Right.
which is a ribbed pattern. Pam has the top down raglan with the lace at the
Anchor.
bottom.
Right, this one, right.
Right. So it's all
good.
it's all
stuff.
good.
And actually, behind us on the mannequin, on that blue sweater is also made out of Lina, is the summer jacket. That's
yeah.
in book 1908.
Which I wear when I'm freezing in here.
Yeah, Dina's gotten a lot of use out of that. It's a
Love
great, it's a little, I would say, you would say fingertip length jacket.
Yeah.
Sweater. And the raglans have this great lace detail.
Yep. And it goes all the way down, which is really lovely.
Which is pretty. And that's in book 1908. So that's a nice one. I want to make that. I'm going to make that too. Add that to my list. I'm making that too.
Is anyone keeping track out there?
And
Wild Clover. That's right, Sylvia. It's
Wild
by
Clover.
yes,
Thank
by
you. I
Alicia
didn't say the
Plummer.
name, right?
I don't think you did. Yeah.
Okay. Wild Clover. Anyway. And that's it. Someone did. I saw the other day, I guess one of the knitters did like an action shot wearing it, like they jumped. And she said, or maybe she did it, Alicia Plummer. And she said, I didn't realize how hard it is to take shots like this. I said, forget it. I'm not
An
jumping.
action shot.
If I jumped up, I'd probably land.
I need to learn how to do the reels and TikTok I'm not doing, but definitely a reel.
Reels. Well, reels. I've been doing
It's
some
challenging.
research into that.
It's
into some
challenging.
reels.
It's not easy.
I've got a good idea though, Dana. We'll have to talk about it.
Marcia said she's knitting Pathos. Okay.
Oh,
Marcia,
Pathos.
yes,
Nice.
I might be joining you with that one.
What yarn are you using, Marcia? Inquiring minds want to know.
Andrew said he's knitting the anchor tee
Love
for
the
his
anchor
mom
tee.
in black.
She'll love that. Love
And
that. Get lots of use out of
He
it.
needs a headlight.
Yeah, exactly.
You,
You need to wear one of those
camping lights.
camping lights on your head.
Exactly. I
Exactly.
don't blame you.
That you need good light for, daylight or a not light or something like that, right?
Yes. And Lorian is saying 2 sweaters, 2 entries. We love it. Thank you, Lorian. Did you hear that, everyone? 2 entries, 2 sweaters, 2 entries. Exactly.
There you go.
Harriet is saying, if you're knitting a yoke sweater, but the yarn doesn't show the pattern, should you just do the increase rows so the yoke works?
Are you saying that because the yarn, what is she saying? Because it's darker, it's why isn't the pattern showing?
Why isn't it showing?
Is it like a variegated yarn, or it's a dark color and it's not showing as well?
See, this is why I can't get too close, because you see this little brown line?
Oh, stop.
Oh my goodness. To massage it out. See, this is why we sit far away from the screen, you guys.
I sit far away. I can't read anything.
Sylvia's making the lace top from the cover of book 1908.
Is that Syl who won the prize?
No, Sylvia.
Oh, Syl from California.
This one.
Nice. So what color are you
This is a good
doing?
one.
I know you got some great colors. Is that didn't you buy the light aubergine, or did you buy she got some great colors, so.
Harriet is saying the yarn is too mushy.
Mushy. What yarn is she using? Don't know.
Don't know.
What is she making? Don't know.
I don't recall. Harriet, maybe DM me and I will try to answer your question offline. Okay.
So what else is going on? That's what we're wearing. Yep.
I do have to admit, I was wearing the same thing I wore on the last live, and I had to do an outfit change.
Took it off.
You really must know. I was so excited about the Asylum Fibers delivery, so I wore my V-back tee. And of course, I'm like, I wore that the last one.
Exactly.
So it's on the mannequin now.
There you go.
So, of course, those are possibilities to knit tees, the Asylum Fibers is wonderful for fading. You can choose to do a one color.
Correct, if you want to, yeah.
And we
Or
have
you
a
could
new
fade it.
shawl
Yep,
that we want to share.
yep. I don't think that, do I have a picture of it?
I do.
Oh,
It's right
there you
here.
go. Yep.
So this is it.
It's called Scarf Tango in Paris.
Scarf Tango in Paris.
It's a rectangular scarf.
How gorgeous is
And
that, you guys?
that pattern is made with short rows. Now, remember there was that butterfly, it was called
Papillon.
Papillon shawl
Yep.
several years
beautiful.
ago, and I should know, can't remember the designer's name. That's what her patterns are. They're a lot of the short row designs she does.
Yes, and she uses earth yarns. It's a self-striping yarn. We did very
Correct.
well with that.
Right.
Beautiful shawl.
This is something similar. It uses short rows. Can I get it that closer?
Doesn't it look a little bit like
No,
Fox Paws?
it's a little, yeah, it does. It's different because on the Papillon, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it garter stitch? Which is why she has
I believe
the
it
short
is.
rows. This is not garter stitch. So I'm wondering if what technique they're using on this. I'm not
Well,
sure.
there are short rows and it is
Yeah.
charted.
Yeah.
This is designed by Svetlana Gordon. You can find her pattern. It's available on Ravelry. Of course, we made kits and we're showcasing the new colors from Asylum Fibers. Some are old, some are new. Some are back.
And some are not Asylum.
And some are Suburban,
Correct.
another shop favorite.
Yep.
Everyone seems to like her aesthetic as well.
Yep.
So without
these.
any further ado, you want to start with yours?
Let's start with this one right here, the one I
Where's
like.
the others?
This is a Suburban kit. It uses Flutter with clean slate. Look how pretty that is. And
It's gorgeous.
If I really went close, I'm trying to find it where you'd see it.
You could see that the color.
You
just
see
kind of-
that color
yeah,
that's
beautiful.
in there? Yeah, I love that one.
So if you notice,
I think it's my favorite.
they're using a multicolored yarn and it's marled. I think we did see on the project page
Some had
self-striping.
striped ones.
Right.
I like
I'm not
these
a
better
fan.
though. Yeah,
I
than the
agree.
self-striping. Mhm.
So this wouldn't be like the Papillon, if you're familiar with that shawl, where it does look like a butterfly, and then I almost like each pane in the butterfly is like a different color
It's
because
like a
of
vein,
the
like
yeah,
the color vein. Mhm.
because of the self-striping yarn. This
Mhm.
stays consistent, and then it has the outline, which is super pretty.
Dina, it says we're live.
Oh, she got a
I
notification.
got a notification.
We're live.
There you go.
So we tried to go for high contrast. Some people don't like that, and that's fine. We have some low contrast, or do we? Or maybe even toned.
We have some.
This
yeah.
one doesn't really scream, but it's gorgeous.
That's pretty.
This one is inspired by Marion, who purchased this kit. So thank you, Marion. We were going to go live with this yesterday, and we didn't. So we're live with it today. So
There you
this
go.
is Twilight with IPA. It's on smooth sock. It's 75% superwash merino with 25% nylon, and it's a base from Asylum Fibers. So there it is. Absolutely gorgeous. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. The next one.
I like this one too. It's
Yeah.
another favorite. This is the Suburban and Asylum mixed. It's color beach grass. And it's put together with Trepidation, which is like a dark gray. How pretty is that, guys?
That's very pretty.
Look at that. With the speckles on
Kind
that
of
beach
mustardy, but
grass.
it's not really like bumblebee.
It doesn't.
It's not like
but
yellow.
Look at those specks in there.
It looks like embers, you know?
Yeah. How great
Very
is
pretty.
that? That's a great colorway. Yeah.
Okay, up next, we have Tarte paired with Cosmic Heartbeat.
Oh, that's a pretty one.
This is
I
absolutely
think
dynamite.
Tarte is a shop favorite. Don't
This
you
is
think so?
absolutely gorgeous. Yes, this is gorgeous.
Mhm.
I mean, look at the coloration. Look at the speckles and the color definition on this game. It's insane. It's insane. I love it.
It's pretty.
So that's Tarte and Cosmic Heartbeat.
It's pretty.
And then we have Lady Bird.
Oh, this is another Suburban.
Yes, from Suburban
We had-
with Rouge.
This is Lady
Gorgeous.
Bird and this is Rouge. We had a customer come in with a sweater. It was what was the name of that sweater, Dinah?
Which one?
That Ruth came in.
Sonetta?
Made out
Gorgeous.
of the Rouge fingering
Yep,
Rouge.
she brought it in
How
today.
pretty is that?
Stunning.
And again, a close up on look at that. How pretty is that? So that would be a great combo for this.
That's stunning. I like the outline in the Rouge for that. That's very pretty.
Rouge is a great color.
Yeah, it's pulling out the speckle.
I made my portage in Rouge.
Yes, you
Rouge
did.
DK. Mhm.
From Suburban. That was gorgeous.
Yep.
Um,
What else?
Patricia's saying I'm taking a break to read. So inspired by us. She's knitting the florist now. And Dina, did you knit all the short rows? I sure did. I knit them twice because I made a mistake. I most definitely did. Okay, up next
Is
Tiger Lily.
another
And this one
shop
is
favorite.
paired, with Cosmic Heartbeat. Now, Cosmic Heartbeat is a new color for us in the shop. I don't know if it's new to Asylum Fibers, but what's very popular and what we've had before is Forbidden, which is this colorway. It's slightly darker. And if you want to
There's
curate your
more
own
color
definition
in the Forbidden.
it's kind of got a deep purple. And I think I do see a little bit of like an orange in there, an orange hue. I'm not quite sure. So a little bit different. What?
I put it on. I
We're
want to
on
read the
Echo.
comments. I can read the comments on my phone. No, actually, I was looking at the short rows. I was trying to look at the short rows on the pattern to
For
see
this
how they're
one?
doing it. But she doesn't say on the project page what kind of short row she's using.
No,
So I was looking at the
and I think she
comments
said
on.
charted and short rows.
Yeah, I
That's
was
all
looking
read.
to see if anyone who had knit it had written a comment.
Amy's saying she loves tart. And yes, they are beautiful.
They
all
are
of
pretty.
them. Now this is also gorgeous. So if you're not familiar with her
love
green,
this one.
is Swamp Thing.
Ugh.
And we have it paired with IPA.
That's gorgeous.
And that's just gorgeous.
Love that combo.
Didn't we have one with, you have more over there.
These are just the colors that came in.
Didn't we do one?
That was with the other scarf.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't bring those over.
Gotcha.
But
I think that's it.
That's
All
it?
7, yes.
Yep. So that's pretty.
Those are the kits that we have for Scarf Tango in Paris by Svetlana Gordon. I did forget to bring my whip.
Oh, mine, I didn't bring mine here. I mean, I have it in the back, but it's really not much to show.
All right. Well, you talk to her.
You get your whip.
Yeah, I'll get my whip.
I've been working. I'll tell you what my whip is. It's the Gambit that I talked about last time out of the 7 Floor Yarns tweed in a color I think called Water for if you want to, you can, for Lucy. I've made some progress on it, but again, still a ways to go. I was telling Dina that I think that I am in like a knitting, I don't want to exaggerate and say knitting hell, but I am not inspired by what's on my needles right now. I'm being good. I'm not casting on new things really. Right, Dina?
You're not.
I feel like my summer knitting has been, I've been doing that crochet sea glass, as you can see. But that's slow going. I mean, I did 2 rounds yesterday, and I think it took me, oh my goodness, it probably took at least, I'm trying to think if I took any breaks, 1.5 hours to 2 hours. One was an increased row, but still, it's just very tedious. Not tedious. I don't mean that it's tedious. It's not good. It's just a slow moving project. It's a stitch and a color, a stitch and a color. So, but I'm making progress on that. And go ahead, Dina, show them yours. Mine's not very interesting.
Well, I brought did I show this last time?
Yes, you did.
The Winter's Beach.
Yeah. Have you done anything else on it?
I don't know how far I got, but I did start cabling, and I'm pretty excited about that. So I am into my cable pattern. And here it is, a little progress.
Okay, you can see it more now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Winter's Beach Cardi, designed by Andrew Mowry. Can you see it better from here? It is knit in Tweedy by Hedgehog Fibers.
Nice.
We don't currently have any in stock, but if you're interested in this fiber, you can always call.
Yeah. We have some other DK fibers from
7th Floor Yarns.
No, well, I'm talking about from Hedgehog, though.
Hedgehog the speckled, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very popular in our knit along group.
Yeah.
So you can check those out. They're available on the website.
Mm-hmm.
I made a little progress on my shawl.
What shawl is that?
This is my new shawl, the Maroon Belle.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't quite get to the next color, but I'm almost there. So here
you have to do another ridge in the pollen, right?
And then I'll show you what color is coming next. I won't give you a sneak peek. You're going to have to wait for it. So that's that. People have been sharing the knit-alongs on Instagram. Not the knit-along, the test knit. So
how much? Well, maybe you should just. What have they been sharing?
I've seen people hashtag it. Should I not? Maybe I'll find out from the designer.
I would find out first.
Yeah. But you can always check my feed. I did put a recent post up
Also, yeah, so check
on
look at the
Instagram,
feed.
so you can check out. Yeah,
Dinah's using, we're not going to show it to you, but you can tell them what yarn you're using.
I'm using Le Petit Lamb's wool from Bichet Bouche.
Mm,
It's a fingering weight yarn. It's a rustic yarn, but
it's
I think
lovely.
it's soft.
I like it. I like it.
I've knit
I
with
don't
it
have-
before.
The nice thing about the rustic yarns, the wool and spun yarns, are they're very light.
Very light,
Very light, you know.
and they block well.
They do. And they breathe well. They're
They
comfortable to
breathe.
wear too.
Yes. So if you get hot or cold, it's kind of like
Now, Laura, who's on, is just buying Le Petit
she's-
Lamb's wool,
to knit a different shawl.
a shawl called NYX
Right.
by,
knits.
who's it by?
Moonstruck Knits.
Thank you.
Natasha Hornby. It's a beautiful
And that's
pattern.
a pretty one too. That's a very pretty one. I would like to make that as well.
It's very pretty. I actually used it in my Yara shawl.
Correct. Another, yeah, well, is that the Yara over
That's
there?
it.
I'll grab it. I'll grab it.
Thanks.
There's another shawl that I wanted to make. What was that shawl from, oh, come on. What's her name? Melanie Berg.
You guys have seen this one.
There you
So
go.
this was the
But look
first
how light-
project.
It's so
yeah,
light. I mean, if this is beautiful.
this was the first
Dinah, you didn't
project.
leave your ends in.
know.
Show them the other side.
It's like a West Knits detail. I mean, really, look.
It looks like you got tassels on the wrong side. Wear it
trying
inside
to
out.
wiggle it.
You can wear the tassels.
Jiggle it.
Um,
I do have
what
to
was
read
the
these
shawl
in.
from Melanie Berg that we had kits for from Hudson and West?
Cloud break shawl?
Thank you, Cloudbreak. Now, it was interesting. Someone came in with a Cloudbreak shawl that they did, and they used, instead of using, was that today? I'm supposed to meet someone for dinner. I'm like, is that today? I can't talk to me. No, it's not today. Maybe it is today. What's today's date?
The 10th. My
Is
daughter's
today the 10th?
Oh, goodness.
Is
What
it the
time?
10th?
It is.
I am supposed to meet them.
Okay, we'll
shoot.
finish up.
Oh my goodness. I don't have a car. I think I'm going to have to forego it. Oh my goodness. I thought it was
Why don't you go
tomorrow.
answer your call?
No, I can't do it because I can't do it. Anyway, it is the 10th, really.
It is.
I don't know what I was
Danielle's
thinking of.
birthday. I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh, anyway, someone came in and they were using Spin Cycle.
That's right.
No, I'm not answering because I can't tell when I'm going to get there. They were using, I lost my train of thought. They were using Spin Cycle instead of using, the kit
All
comes
different
with
colors,
different
yep.
colors of the weld, right? Was it
Yeah,
weld?
it's mini skeins
Mini
of the weld.
skeins. But they
along with
had
the
some
foam.
Dream Cycle. Not Dream Cycle, Dyed in
Dream
the Wool.
State.
Was it Dyed in the Wool?
No, if it's actually, excuse me, if it's weld, it's
Yeah, it was
definitely dyed in the
And I
wool.
said, that's a nice
That's-
shawl to
yeah.
make. That would be a very pretty
Didn't
shawl to make.
who used it? Somebody used parts of their mini skeins that they had. They bought some mini skeins and they used some leftover dyed in the wool, if I'm not mistaken.
That was Agnes.
Agnes did that.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, it was beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. It was gorgeous.
And you can actually use just one skein of dyed in the wool. Please excuse yourself
I
and
can't-
go.
but I
It would feel so much better.
No, they're done. They'd stop calling me.
You have to meet her. It's not nice.
Dinah, I'm like going to walk out now and go meet her. I'm
No,
going
but
to
you
walk
can
down
call
to Shore
her.
Road down there. It's going to take me half an hour to get down there.
So call her and tell her.
I
You'll be
will. Don't
late.
worry. I will.
Okay.
I'm already late. I'm a half hour late.
Okay. Let's regroup.
See, nothing like a live, right? I tell you.
Okay, so yeah, it was beautiful. So you're planning on knitting the cloud break shawl? Is that what you're
I would
saying?
like to do that one too.
Well, I think we also found that the Bichet Bouche Le Petit Lamb's wool would be beautiful for the half triangle wrap,
Correct.
which is a kit that we didn't actually show on YouTube, I don't think, but
No.
it is live in one of our Instagram lives. And if you guys
and
are,
it's on the kits are on the website.
Yeah.
So if you're planning on doing that for maybe, well, you don't have to do it for Rhinebeck. You can just make it in general.
right. Well, for those of you who don't know, I think Caddy Jacks, right? They're
Right.
doing it along. Caddy Jacks.
And they're
girls.
having a meetup, I think, at Rhinebeck for the
Rhinebeck, right.
half and half. I'm amazed that there are people that have made like 2 and 3 of them. Even Jackie made 2 or 3 of them.
It's a large knit.
It's like 44 by 44.
It's huge.
I was reading the directions because we had a customer come in who was like, I don't know if they can do the short rows, but the whole thing is just short rows.
But I don't think they're that difficult.
It's
There's
wrap
gotta-
and turns. But
Is it?
but but they did.
I think I would convert.
Yeah, most of the people, when I read it on Ravelry, converted it to German short rows. And I think what Jackie did is she put up a video. Who's that?
Tracy. Tracy Miller is on. Hi,
Tracy. How are you?
Sorry, jaw dropping.
But
we have a celebrity in the house.
There you go. I mean, I'm not a celebrity.
You are.
You
You're all our celebrities. But the grocery girls. I'm sorry.
But what was I going to say? I was going to say, what was I saying? I forgot.
I'm sorry, Bill.
You interrupted my train. It doesn't take much to interrupt me. I was saying the half and half, but the pattern's written for wrap and turn, and I think Jackie did a video when she told people how to convert it to German short rows.
Right, and she's good.
Right,
her
most
videos
people
are very good.
Right, and most people that I read on Ravelry did convert it to German short rows
because it's easier.
Yeah.
And I think if you use a marker, it's very easy.
Well, they do use the marker. They do use the marker, and
it's
I think, and in all honesty, would be a good exercise to practice short rows.
Oh, I think you'd
be a short row expert when you finish that.
Exactly. After the half and half.
You say, a couple of short rows in the back of the sweater. What's that? After doing the half and half. But again, it's a meditative knit. I compared it to my habitation throw that I'm doing, which is even easier because there are no short rows, but it's just knitting.
I'm trying to think of what
I wish I had that to show everybody. I want to show them the big balls I knit. I made. I took all my minis and I made them into 2 big balls. I used the magic knot and I put them. So I can't believe I wasn't doing that. That was so silly.
I don't understand.
I wasn't doing that.
Wait, I don't understand why in crochet, for example, you're not using the magic knot for the sea glass tape.
You don't have to because it's so hard it's easy to hide your ends. Because what happens is...
I brought my sea glass.
I didn't bring mine.
No, I know. I wanted to get everyone's opinion on mine.
I have...
I think I have
you're ending with 2 colors. You're ending those colors and you're picking up 2 new colors. And so you'll have 4 ends. But with crochet, you could just crochet them in I usually crochet them in for like 3 or 4 inches. And, my husband's getting a salad for dinner. Jeez, I'm so screwed up right now.
Are you sure you don't want to take a step away?
Oh, goodness gracious.
So speaking of whips and sea glass tea, this is another one.
I am going to step away for a second so I know what I'm doing here.
I will keep these guys entertained.
Tell them what I said you should do.
About moving it to the side?
Oh, the other option. There was another option.
I don't remember.
I'll tell you later. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is my sea glass tea, for those of you who don't know. It's designed by Wool & Pine. I'm doing the knit version. Pam is test knitting or was test knitting the crocheted version. I believe both patterns are actually live right now. And I am not sure whether I should continue, and maybe you guys can help me out. I believe, Lorian, you're knitting this. And oh, Enid is on. My goodness, Enid, here's my sea glass tea. So we were just talking about magic knots. And in the very beginning, when I started this project, I did not use magic knots. I'm not sure if you all saw it, but there was like, I hope this word isn't offensive, but there was like a bush in the back of my project. This big, messy, it's all clean now, messiness, and I wove in my ends because I didn't want to do the magic knots. I finally decided it was going to be insane to weave in my ends, even though I find it very meditative to weave in my ends. I decided to try the magic knot technique. And this is the back of my sweater. Oops, I just lost my stitch holder. What do you guys think? You can clearly see.
I can't even see it.
Oh, stop. Can you guys see what's going on here?
Yeah, I can see it. You
can see the beginning of the round. You could see where there's like a section here. If I go between my pointers, like you could see where the magic knots happen and where I'm changing color. It almost looks like a jog. I don't know if it's so much the magic knot, but there is a textural thing going on. Now, I did steam it.
I want you to see this picture, though, Dina.
See all this? I'm not a fan.
Look
I
at
don't
this.
know. I don't know if I could wear this.
This was posted on Instagram today. It's the crochet. Now, this is the crochet one.
Show them.
I will.
Okay.
But can you
That's
see?
very pretty.
But can you see the join?
No, not at all. But she's wearing it in the front.
I know she is, but I see a join there. Okay, whatever. This is the crochet.
Show them the picture. I want to read their...
I'm trying to get it
Comments.
so that you can see.
That's the crocheted version. Do you guys see that she's wearing it in the front? Isn't the join in the back?
I know. I don't know why it looks to me like that's the join and she's wearing it in the front, but who the heck knows?
The question is, can you live with this if this was going down the back of your sweater?
What did I tell them that you should do with yours? I said she should wear it if it bothers her and wear like a jacket or a sweater
the jumper
over it so that
right.
you won't
like
see it.
overalls or something.
I mean, it's a beautiful
I'm
piece.
trying to grow my hair out. Maybe that'll cover it.
Got a long ways to go for that one.
Should I continue? Enid is saying, I love yours, but crochet tee is easier for me. Yes, crochet would be easier.
And this is mine. I took a picture of mine the other day.
Susie's saying you can hardly notice. There's so many colors and that are glorious together. Thank you. Lorian, I gave up on Magic Knot and changed to clasp weft. I didn't look at that. I have to look up that video. Someone recommended that to you. I'm also moving my beginning of round
to my shoulder, right?
Are you doing it to the shoulder? Because we thought, well, I would do it only after. I don't know if I want that down my arm.
I'd rather down my arm than halfway down my back.
I think I'll move it after the armhole, the division. That's what I'm thinking. Kathy Ann is saying she would rip. I might. Am I screaming into the screen? I'm sorry.
He can't. Well, anyway, this was mine from the other day. And I will.
Wendy is saying she made it. Oh, you made it to the live.
In full disclosure, I will tell
you
Pam. That I ripped out 3/4 of it the other day because my join seam had gone askew and I was annoyed. And I certainly can keep it even. You can't see it in this picture though, but because of course I didn't photograph that, but it's much easier in crochet. Don't you agree?
It's easier in crochet. I agree.
It's much easier.
And you know what's funny? Everyone seems to know me. They all know it would bother me. And you know what? You guys are all right because I haven't picked this up since my trip to Aspen.
But so Dina, you haven't found a way though that you're happy with.
No.
So I mean, if you're gonna rip it, I wouldn't rip it until I find a technique that you're going to be happy with.
What did Lorian say? Does the weft technique?
I would try it first.
Yeah. Does that? Well, she said, Lorian said she's moving the weft. She's using the weft, but moving it around.
Whatever. Well, but try it before you rip it.
Well, this is the other thing. What I don't like is the noticeable jog. So when you're changing color, like if I keep shifting it, remember how I told you to rip because it looked like you had a barber pole?
Right. Because I wasn't going straight.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
But what I am going to do when it comes time to split for the sleeves for the yoke, I'm going to take, because it's, I guess, could you do it in knitting? You could do it in knitting. Right?
Sure.
I'm going to take, I'm going to move it so that whatever is falling over here, and then I'm going to continue it down my arm.
Right.
So
if
that
it was
the
down
seam
the
is not going to go down my back. And if I do the join correctly,
you'll get a line.
It's not that bad. Mine doesn't look like.
No.
I mean, mine was crooked, but when I was doing it correctly at the top, it wasn't bad.
Right.
So I just don't want that going down my back.
And just for the record, like the top here, up to here, that's where I wove in my ends. It doesn't look bad in the. Like
so then you should weave in your ends.
Yeah, but
just weave in your ends.
Can you imagine?
Take it out.
I might have to do that.
Take it. I took mine out. I went up to. I know where I went up to.
I went up magic to. Knots I'll have to take out.
Yeah, I went up to about here on mine. That's how much I took out. And ours are about the same length, right?
Yeah,
they're about. So, again, but does it make a difference when I finish this? No.
Well, now it doesn't.
No, I missed the deadline anyways. I'm a test knitter failure.
You're
test
right,
crocheter
Kathy.
Failure. Anyway.
They're all saying I should rip. Kathy has very good advice. If you ask yourself what to do, you'll already know the answer.
Well, speaking of that, I've got one more story to tell. Dina and I went into the city last week, and on the ride into the city, we took out our knitting, and I was knitting on my, like a cloud from Hohi that I've been trying to finish the sleeves on. I finished one sleeve and I was on the second sleeve. And I think at the last live, I said that I had to rip back. I had done about 5 over the 10 decreases down the arm, but I had to rip back because I'd made a mistake and I had ripped back. So I think maybe I hadn't said that, but I did do that. It was on the second sleeve. I made a mistake and I had to rip back. all the way up to the beginning of the decreases, and I was starting them again. So on the train ride, Dinah says to me, when I said I saw a mistake, she said, oh, she starts to tell me how she saw a mistake on it during the live. And I said, I know you saw a mistake. I could tell from the look on your face during the live.
Did you know it was there though before?
No.
Did any of our viewers pick up on that? I don't know.
They could tell from your expression, maybe.
Yeah, I was wondering.
But she's looking at it, and I could tell from the way she's looking at it that there was something wrong with it. But when I was home knitting the second sleeve, I said, I'm not even looking at that sleeve. But in any event, long story short, I did go out of pattern on the second sleeve.
No, the first
sleeve, excuse me. And I went down. I'm finishing the second. It was like maybe down here on the sleeve. So I said, I'm not ripping it out. So I said to Dina, I'm not ripping it out. I spent an hour ripping out the second sleeve with the mohair that Saturday morning.
Right.
I said, I'm not doing it.
Did I help you on the train?
No, we didn't rip it out. No, we didn't rip it out.
We ripped out something over here.
No. I didn't rip out my Like a Cloud. No, my Like a Cloud. I have it here. I'll show it to you. It's not ripped out.
I remember ripping something
But anyway, we might have ripped something out, but it wasn't that. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, my second sleeve is now what's happened is I told Dina, this is the project from hell. I've run out of yarn. So now I need to get more yarn. I've got about maybe 7 decreases out of 10 done. And I have to buy a skein of Silk Cloud.
Both of them?
And Seema. Well, Seema, I don't think I'm going to. Seema's going to be even worse because I'm going to get down to the ribbing and I'm going to run out when I've got this much ribbing left to do.
On the Seema?
Yep. I don't have a lot of Seema left. But in any event, so that's my Like a Cloud. That's why I say I'm in like a knitting funk because I want to finish it. I want to get it done. So when I get that second sleeve done, I'm going to have to go back and take out the first sleeve. Well, I don't think that's happening right away. I really don't. What I may do, I can rip it out anyway, willy-nilly, if I have this extra yarn and just reattach the new yarn.
Well, if you want, we can cut, knit, and I can graft it together on the
Oh, you want to graft it together with mohair and that? Ooh.
I would.
Anyway.
Hold on. We have another recommendation by Tracy. Have you steamed to see if it will block out a bit? Unfortunately, I did. That is the blocked out version.
That is the blocked out version. Yeah, we did that. Yeah. Always that's the first remedy. Give it some steam.
I put it on my handy dandy.
Steam helps everything.
Barber cord.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is after steam. I don't know. But this would certainly be an exercise. I told you to wear it with a sweater. Like, what was it that I just ripped out? I ripped out the Winter's Beach because I didn't like the...
You didn't like the cast on.
I didn't like the cast on. And I have to say, I really appreciated... I read all the comments and a lot of people said, oh, just let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah, but that was
this would be a testament.
That was a lot different than ripping this.
If I could wear this and just let it go,
right?
You know, if it's in the back.
I mean, really ripping out the Winter's Beach, you were ripping out about this much of ribbing.
I know the problem with this
is to take it out.
It's not so much the taking out. I think the problem with ripping is that I don't have a remedy for it. I would rip it if I knew I had a fix.
Correct. But, well, right now the fix to me seems to be going back to weaving in your ends. Because that looks much nicer on the top.
It does, right?
Than the rest of it. So,
like up to here.
Yeah. It looks better than the bottom section, whatever definitely. That is. Yeah.
So we're thinking, yeah.
I mean, if you have the stomach for it.
Any volunteers?
I ripped out mine.
I mean, basically, I'd have to chuck the yarn, I think, because of the magic knots.
Right. Well, you know what?
Scary.
Whatever. The thing is, it's a lesson, it's a lesson in patience, right? Perseverance.
Yeah. I really want to knit it.
Yeah, and it's a fun thing to do. I will tell you, when I sit and do it, I'm many times like, I don't want to pick up that Like a Cloud, and I may not want to pick up the Gambit, but I wouldn't mind sitting and doing that. The problem is it moves so slow. I don't feel like I'm getting enough done.
Right. Lorian, wait, what did Lorian say? I don't think she's getting it done until the end of 2021.
Yeah, the end of 2021. Hopeful. That's pretty good. I'm lucky if I get my habitation done by the end of 2021. Never mind that.
Too funny.
But anyway, I will show you my Gambit, what I've gotten some done on. I'm still on the first chart.
I think we got a restock. Did we get a box from 7th Floor Yarns?
I didn't see it.
In the front?
I didn't notice.
Should I open it? I'll open it while you show that.
Anyway, so the Gambit, we have the Gambit. Can you throw over the Gambit cardie, Diana, while you're over there? I'm using, I think, the color water. And the story was that my granddaughter came in. A customer made the smaller size and shortened it. And when my granddaughter came in, she tried on and it looked beautiful on her. This is the Gambit Cardi from Wool and Pines Designs, which is absolutely beautiful. So
It sounds crazy, Pam. You have to explain that you're doing the smallest size and cropping it.
Right. Well, we had a customer who came in, made the smallest size and cropped it because her 10-year-old granddaughter wanted a little shrug. So we had it here to steam, and my granddaughter happened to come in, and Dina, for some reason, I don't know how that came about, she ended up putting it on. It was adorable on her. So I am making the smaller size, and I'm cropping it as well for my 4.5-year-old granddaughter. And she chose this pretty color called Water. And if you look at it right now, you'll see the seed stitch detail on the side. And the other side has the, I'm backwards, excuse me, has the cable. And it's very ingenious the way she did it. If you're buttoning it, she puts the cable, the buttonhole in the cable like this in there. So it's very cute. I've done the short rows and I'm on like row 20 something of the first chart. So what it does, the reason it's nice is it
Are
has
the cables in?
Yeah, I did two of the repeats. I did.
Oh, pretty.
So
did you tell them how that works?
Yes, you can use that as a buttonhole. And it's got an I-cord edge on either side. And it's got the seed stitch and it's lovely. So it's moving along and it's really not that bad in it because I'm only knitting. I think it's 5 inches after the armhole.
Nothing.
Yes, it's like nothing.
You're going to be done in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. Well, I keep, slow and steady wins the race is what I said. So if I do a little bit every day.
And you're using a double pointed needle.
And that was the other thing I said the other day. I use a double pointed needle for my cables.
What do you guys use?
I just find
Did
it
you
easier
answer
to
the
use
question?
a double pointed needle. And most people, I will tell you, it was like 65-35 double pointed needles.
Oh, in the percentage?
Yep.
Interesting.
Ask the question.
So it's funny because I usually use the cable needle. I kind of like when either the needle just flops over or you have the indentation. I have all different cable needles, but this time I did use I'm using the wooden DPN
for the Winter's Beach. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I also realized that if you use one size larger, it sticks. Mm-hmm. It's also on wood, so it's not sliding off.
I always use wood.
I think that's probably my problem.
You were using metal.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's too slippery.
Yeah,
too
slippery.
It's good.
So we did get a box.
Lovely. This is the color that I showed you on our Gambit that's in the shop, which is called Whispering Wheat, right?
Yes.
The color Lucy tried on in the shop that day was this color called Dolphin. The color she selected was this color called Water.
Because blue's her new favorite color.
Blue is her new. It used to be this, but now it's this. Anyway, go ahead. You show the other two.
And then we have Razzleberry, which is another lovely color.
Someone just bought that the other day for the Gambit.
Yeah. And this is also a great alternative for the Winter's Beach Cardi.
Yep.
Sil is knitting hers. I mean, not in the 7th floor yarns, but in a
tweed yarn, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is lovely. And then there's Onyx. And of course, we have colors in stock. This inventory, I literally just pulled out of the box.
Out of the box. It's an unboxing.
So it's not on the website yet, but it'll get there later.
And those are my whips so far. I mean, I have other things, but again, I'm not feeling very inspired, and I feel like I've got to get something off my needles before I cast something else on.
I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bummed. Like I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel like it's almost the end of summer, and I don't have enough like t-shirts, summer knits.
You don't feel like you accomplished? Didn't you just finish one?
And the floras.
Oh, well, that's nice.
That was a big knit.
That's a fingering weight yarn.
It was a big knit also. But I feel like, I don't know, last year I had so many.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't forget, last year was a little different because we had COVID, the pandemic, it was COVID. So I know I had more time to knit. But I am determined to get this Like a Cloud done and also the super simple summer sweater. That has to come off my needles.
Two Hohi sweaters.
Has to come off my needles. 2 lovely sweaters. Has nothing to do with the pattern. I love them. But it's just, you put it down.
I have so many that
and there's always something else to pick up. So, I mean, sometimes you put it down and you really don't enjoy knitting it. If I didn't like it, I could let it go. But I do want those sweaters. So, perseverance. I think I have to quit my jobs. I think I'd just stay home and knit. Can't go back to school. Can't go back to school.
Will you still come here?
You can let me knit.
Please don't quit.
Like Dina's husband, he thinks that, do you mind if I say this to you?
What?
He thinks that she knits
Oh,
here
yeah.
at the shop all
This
day.
is like the
Like
best.
she's sitting here knitting. Yeah, right. She wishes she was sitting here knitting, right?
How many people have ever walked into the shop
And
and
found
seen
Dina sitting
any of
knitting.
us sitting around the table and knitting?
No, that's a dream.
That is a
We
dream.
had our customer Laura today was FaceTiming with her. She was sitting in her knitting room, her craft room knitting. Oh, I'm so jealous. I said, can Dina and I come and join you?
We almost will be able to. Well,
when?
I was going to say when they move, but maybe they won't have.
Oh, I was going to
say.
If she invites us, of course. If she invites us.
Like the way we invite ourselves, Laura. Okay, what are they asking? What is the technique weft? I don't know, Gail, but I'm going to look that up.
I would think wefting, like that seems like a weaving term to me, like weft and whatever. If you were weaving a cloth, it sounds like there's the weft and the other. What's the other word? A weft and a warp. Warp, like a weft. And I'm not a weaver, so I don't know, but I've heard those terms used. So maybe it's like the direction of the stitch or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you take one yarn and like weave it through the other end? I'm not really sure.
I never even heard of that until Lorian just mentioned it now. So there's always stuff you don't know.
Right. Someone recommended it to her, but I didn't have a chance to look it up.
She says it was better though, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's because I'm not happy with it. Harriet said, go back to the original way. I may just do that.
I think that's what you probably, I can't comment on Lorianne's, but on your sweater, that looked better.
Lorianne, send us a picture or send me a picture.
Yes, and Dina a picture.
Tag me if you post. The wrap and turn and the half and half are really easy, says Cindy.
Mm-hmm.
So we should tell Marianne.
Well, again, my only concern, she's not comfortable with the wrap and turns. And it's not just for a small part of it. It's the entire thing. Right. So, in all fairness to anybody, I mean, I could have her watch it, but in all fairness to someone, I'm not comfortable. They have to be comfortable with it, and in full disclosure, she's got to know she's doing it throughout the whole thing.
That's true. Very true.
If she wants to try it, sure.
So Kathy is saying her daughter is trying to crochet sea glass tee, and she's so frustrated she's ripped it out 3 times.
Why is she frustrated? I was frustrated when I started. There was a learning curve, and the learning curve was not alternating stitches. The learning curve that I had was
tension.
Wasn't even getting tension. Well, she uses an H hook and an F hook. The F is for the collar. The G is for the body. I couldn't get the G hook into the stitch. It was very frustrating. And then Dina was kind enough to gift me hooks that were by who?
Brittany.
The
whole set, yeah.
And they had a lovely bit of a point on the tip. So I used it for the collar. I still had difficulty getting the G in the stitch. And I'm pushing and pushing. I mean, the tip would take you forever. But so what I did then, I said, the heck with this. I'm just going to be a chameleon, and I'm going to use my smaller hook on the sweater, and I'll go looser, which is what I did.
Then, it's easier on your hands, I think.
When I was about this far into the body, I don't know what made me, I think it's when I was in North Carolina. I said, let me try the G hook. All of a sudden, I was able to get in to the stitch. Now, I will tell you, I was relaxed. Is that what it is? I will tell you, though, it makes a difference on the yarn. So let me give you for instance. If I was using a Quaigu fingering, now you know what Quaigu, it's a spun. It's a
2-ply twist.
Versus, say, a light single ply. The single ply tends to make a tighter stitch.
Yeah, I would say Quaigu, like the KPPM, is probably more robust.
If I were to use Squishy from Anzula, that's a plumper yarn. Mm-hmm. So I find that my stitch is not, and I think the nature of the way you hold the yarns is, although Dina knows when I knit, I don't hold my yarn that far from the needles. But in this case, I would say this is my hook and this is where I'm holding it when I do the crochet, which for me is quite a ways away. It is, but it's just the way it works, So don't give up. Don't give up, because I was very frustrated.
Did you swatch? You did swatch.
I did swatch, and my swatch, it looked awful. I was not happy with my swatch at all. So I would say, and then the other reason, what's the other thing I did? I haven't mentioned this. I had I forget. I was supposed to have, I think, 330 stitches when I get down I think the total number was 360, but so the one before the last one was 330. I still had 2 less ones, and I had 320. So I clearly had done too many increases. And I think it happened all the way up at the top.
Oops.
So that was another reason why I said
When
I
you
was
ripped
glad
back,
I ripped it back.
So when you ripped it back, did it fix that?
Well, it did. No, it didn't. It didn't. I counted my stitches and I was off a little bit, but I've adjusted it. So now I have the right stitch count. And don't ask me why I didn't count my stitches after I did an increase round. Why? I
have no
think I
idea.
was so
Did you put
focused.
markers? I have markers in mine.
Were you increased? Well,
yeah, before and after.
Well,
Mhm.
how did she do the increases on the knit version? How does she do it?
Am I telling a secret if I share this?
I don't think so.
I mean, you have your markers in
But
place.
they change all the time, don't they? See,
No.
mine changes. That's why I
Oh.
wouldn't do that.
So there's a marker in place and you increase before and after.
She recommends on the crochet version doing like with each one, as you work down the yoke, there are more stitches between the increases. And she recommends after you do an increase, put the bobby pin in. I love that bobby pin thing. It's a great thing that
we
she
don't have
uses.
that on
So
this
I
side.
put the bobby pin, but you know what it's like when you're doing 2 stitches increase. You'd be moving the thing. It's to me, it just takes too much time. And I think the reason my count was off was because I was so focused on getting that crochet hook in the stitch that I was like, it doesn't really make a difference as long as I have the right count, but I never counted.
You never counted.
And I thought it was right. So whatever. The bottom line is live and learn. You never know. So now I'm very happy that I ripped it out. My stitch count will be right. My seam will go straight.
So do you have a tip for any of our crocheters who might say, Kathy's saying her daughter found it hard. The stitch is hard on her hand.
It is hard on your hand. It is hard because she's probably pushing in to get the hook in. First of all, the pointed a crochet hook that's got a bit of a point.
Yeah.
Helped. I'm using a wooden one. It's the Brittany, you said. So she might want to check out the Brittany.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. It was like a game changer for me. I will tell you.
There are certain crochet hooks that have a rounded head, and those are going to be a little bit duller or harder to manipulate to get into the stitch.
But even with the Brittany G, and when I first got to it, I was having a hard time getting in to the stitch. But now, whether it's because I've loosened up a little bit, I mean, I'll bring it with me the next time we do it.
Maybe we can do a demonstration.
I wanted to do a video on that. And even if you look at Wool & Pines, it's dank fiber. She's a very fast knitter. If you have watched any of her knitting YouTubes, very fast. But if you watch her do the crochet, she goes quickly, but she's much slower on the crochet than she is on her knitting. So you shouldn't feel, it doesn't make a difference how fast you go.
No,
it really doesn't.
I'm not stressed out about the timeline.
But I will tell you, I am enjoying it. Now I'm enjoying it. So the other day when I ripped it out, I told Dina, I ripped out and I'm like, well, if I take these out, how do I know what position they were in?
Tell what you did.
So I took baggies out and I said, okay, one. But then I decided that's crazy. I'll have too many baggies. So I put 2 rounds, 4 little skeins in each one.
How'd you know what was paired?
Well, I think I would know what I would pair together. I'm kind of, and you know what? If I changed it, big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal. But that's,
just,
I was too concerned to just say, oh, I'm just going to rip it out and go again. Because as I said the last time, my biggest concern is when I'm doing a round, I'm already thinking about what my next colors are going to be.
Right.
Like I'm, angsting over it.
I just had an epiphany. So you're saying, now that you've ripped, you're enjoying it.
Right.
I'm clearly not enjoying it, which means I need to have a solution. Somebody was asking about spit and slice. Slice.
Yeah.
This is non-super. I mean, this is super wash, so I won't be able to use that technique.
Right.
Although that is a good one.
That is a good one.
Thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah. But just keep in mind that when you start a row or a round, you've got the ends that you're dropping and the ends that you're starting.
Yeah, there are 4 ends on a round.
Right. And it's every round.
That's why I found it intense to weave in all the ends. Correct. I mean, I didn't mind doing it, and especially if you do it a little bit at a time, it works.
Right.
But with my Winter's Beach, I ripped back, and then all of a sudden, look at how, I ripped back to the beginning.
But you were very happy when you ripped that out.
It's much easier to knit when you're, So I think there's my answer. So thank you guys. This is like a little
it's been a therapy
session.
I thought everybody cares about our Winter Beach.
Anyway. Hi, Shayla. Welcome. We are almost done, but thank you for joining us. Glad you caught us too. You guys have been amazing. Anyone have any questions for us? How does everyone feel about us going live?
YouTube live. I can't even see what they're saying.
You can't read it?
I can't read a thing.
Really?
Nope.
If I took my glasses off, I wouldn't be able to read a thing.
Can't read a thing.
I don't know
I can't even read I'm trying to read how long we've been doing this for now.
Oh my goodness, it's an hour.
So it's probably time to. Do you have any questions?
Yeah. I don't know if there's a time delay when we ask this stuff.
So if anyone cares about my dinner plans, what I have done is I told them I will join you, but I won't eat with you. So just go ahead. They were looking at the menu. I said, order your food. I'll join you for a soda or something.
Where are they?
They're at Salvatore's. It would have been so nice to have brick oven pizza.
Do you want me to drop you off?
No, they ordered their food already. No. And my husband was ordering a salad for dinner. So he's texting me, what do you want? So I said, order the salad and I'll sit and have a soda with that.
Okay.
It's women, girls, listen to me.
Ladies night out.
No, it's women that I work with at school.
So
just getting together. Yeah. The first time they got together, I was in North Carolina, and this is the second time.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Sorry. Whatever. I don't know if I should be talking to you or listening or reading the comments. We asked them.
You should be talking to me.
Help.
I see smiley faces.
Yes. Live is fun, says Monica. Shayla's using the helical knitting right now. And she's so happy with the results.
Nice. That's nice.
I'm happy you're using that. And I'm glad that we inspired you to try that technique. I love helical knitting. It works like a charm. Wendy is saying, definitely going to attempt what you both are doing. Yay.
You should do it. As I said, I really, I could sit every night and do that crochet thing. But again, in my mind, I'm like not getting the gambit done.
Right. I mean, how many things can you knit on at once?
Well, I thought even if I did a round a night, the thing to remember is you go home at night, you're tired. So you only have so much gas in you at that point, right?
We have questions. Do you only steam block? No, I wet block.
It depends what it is.
Definitely.
Depends what it is.
I enjoy wet blocking.
Right. But you don't necessarily wet block all your sweaters.
Not everything. No, definitely not. It depends.
Yeah. Like I didn't wet block this.
Kathy's saying, great. She turned on notifications.
Kathy who is it?
Kathy.
Do we know Kathy?
Radic. Am I pronouncing that right?
Okay.
Radic. Have a beautiful time with your family. Thank you, Monica.
Yes, you will have a good time.
Love the live, but too many distractions from the boys. Sorry, Stephanie.
There's too many. The boys with her. Well, I can understand that. Did you? What did you say about going live while you're gone? You can't do it.
I can go live.
Oh, okay, so
I would probably enjoy that distraction.
There you go.
Do you have a recommendation for a men's knit sweater, fingering weight, that looks more sweatshirt than dress sweater?
Brooklyn tweed.
For fingering weight?
Yeah, he's got his loft. Isn't his loft fingering weight, I think?
Anybody know a good men's sweater?
He's got great men's sweaters. He really does. I made one for my son. It wasn't fingering. It was worsted weight, but he does have fingering sweaters. They're also, I'm sorry, Dina, they're more stylish. I think his sweaters are stylish.
I love his sweaters.
Like I knew my son would find something in his patterns that he would wear as a 29-year-old.
Am I right? Did Beth say she might design a men's sweater?
Yeah, she said something about this. She's talking about her husband, right? She was saying that she was going to design something. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, so stay tuned. She may have a surprise.
But you are right. There aren't a lot of men's things around. But
no, I'm trying to think of what I knit for Az.
There was I'm not going to remember the names. He's Eric on Instagram. I can't remember what his name used to be. He had a few issues of a men's magazine called Rib. And he had some, I don't know if you could find those patterns, get your hands on them, but he's up in Canada. I can't remember his name. Eric Lutz. That's what
Eric
it was.
Lutz, yeah,
that was his name. And he had put out a couple of issues of a men's magazine. I think it was called Rib. So if you could find that you might find some nice patterns in there.
So Basic by Max the Knitter.
Yeah,
thank you.
There you go.
Check out Baby Cocktail. She has some men's sweaters. Oh, these are great recommendations.
There you go.
Monica's saying there's a book that she uses a lot, Men in Knits. I think we've had that book. We've sold that. I have to pull that up.
Yeah,
see
I
if
think
we have a copy downstairs.
Yeah, I think we have. Yeah.
That's a good one too.
Yeah. But the men's patterns are much more difficult to find. I think.
Marcia, good question. Who among the brands you carry will offer Advent kits? Well, I don't know. So the Advent kits, Suburban is offering.
She's putting a few more up, she said. So if you're interested.
Suburban, check out. And anybody who knows about Advents, right, please put your comments down here. Asylum Fibers, I ordered from Monica. I believe Monica's on Divine Yarn. I think she has 2. I don't know if they're still available. Monica, please let us know. I ordered from.
I don't know who you ordered from. In the past or to this year?
No, this year. Monica and Skein Cocaine.
That's right. You said skin cocaine.
Right.
Correct. And Asylum has it.
Who'd you order from?
Bond, you wouldn't know who it is. It's no one that we do business with.
That's okay.
Oh, I ordered from Hickory Lane.
Hickory
That's what I
Lane.
did, Hickory Lane. I was going to say something else now. I wanted to order. Someone did who was it who did the Halloween one?
That's wonderful. Monica's saying she can still take orders. Lamb strings?
No, it wasn't lamb strings. I don't remember now.
But she does them also. There's
Mhm.
Barnyard Knits.
Barnyard, I've done hers before. I've done
Amanda Hope, I
Suburban.
did last year. That was
Chelsea
beautiful.
does
Chelsea
it.
does it.
Right.
Yes,
But
Chelsea
Chelsea, I
Yarns.
know, has been up and she's closed it. Whether she's going to offer, I'd watch it because they usually
Some
offer a
people
second
offer a
round.
second,
Yeah.
right.
So follow the people that you're interested in. I mean, we're mentioning a few people. I'm sure there are others. Like
Lots of others.
There's Ruby and Roses. I did her mini skein Christmas thing. I don't know what it was last year. It's a young girl out of, I don't know if she's in Kansas or Missouri, wherever she is. She's like 17 or 18 years old, and she's got some bright colors. I did some of her minis last year.
Sylvia did Moondrake, Emma's Yarn, and
Right.
I can't
Emma's
read the
Yarn. Emma's
right.
called it something different. She called it something recently that's not Advent, but small something or other.
Not
don't
sure.
remember.
They're
She just
saying
put it.
Amanda, Erica Knight, Men's Knits is another book. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Right.
Ruby and Roses is amazing, Shayla's
Right.
saying.
Yeah.
So there's a
She's
whole
very
bunch out
cute.
there.
Yeah. So last year, what I did is I did Knot House. They're not doing it this year, but I did hers and I
Right.
did the Chelsea 12
You did
days
the-
or
right.
something like that. And I
There are a
did the
bunch of
little
different
mini
ones.
skein bundles because my plan at the time, which I never did, was to make, there's a great pattern for little Christmas trees. And I thought that her bright colors would be great for that. So I did that, but I never made them.
That's fun. It's nice when you have an idea or a plan in mind ahead of time. Amy's saying she also ordered the fiber seed. Yes, I know that we had 2 customers that did that last year.
Mhm.
I didn't know Dragon Horde Yarn has.
Yeah, Dragon. I was going to
that's
mention
nice.
her. She does it as well. Yeah,
Beautiful.
plenty of people.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for all your amazing comments and interacting with us. We really appreciate it. And Jane, no, not Jane. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but somebody's working on the Woolen Pine Spring Sorrel and enjoying
that's
it.
pretty.
Wonderful.
Yep, that's a nice picture. They have very nice patterns, Woolen Pine Designs, and they've got great videos.
We have an update from Bed of Roses. Suburban Stitchers will have one more batch of Advent.
Correct. That's
So
what I
Diane
saw.
will be offering another
And
one.
she
So
was
definitely
offering,
follow her.
She was offering 2 kits this year. One of her kits was a neutral kit. So I don't know if she's offering both of them or just one of them, but she did say she'd be putting some more up.
Right. And I know Divine Yarn, who's on, Monica Greco. You guys can see her. I believe she's just said they're still available. Oh, Hedgehog Fibers. I think Monica has 2, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
I think so too.
So check out all those names. They're wonderful. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon for the Advent, it's certainly a lot of fun.
Okay.
And that's it.
We done?
We're done.
I
Pam
have to
has a
go to
date.
dinner.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
Enjoy, guys.
Bye.